Dude, so I got back into skateboarding recently, kind of.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, fucking picked that shit back up. Fucking got on the board. Still can hit the kick flip and the heel flip.
Hell yeah.
Hit some shove its. I was like, damn, I still kind of got it. I think I pulled a muscle though.
You're not an unk yet. I was gonna say you're not an unk yet, and then you said you pulled a muscle. So
Yeah.
like right there, I should have waited.
Like on the inside of my like thigh, like after that, I was like, ooh, kind of fucking feels like it not terrible, but I'm like, ooh, kind of like sore now. I'm like, holy shit.
That
I'm
might
getting
just
all-
be because you haven't done it in a while.
Yeah,
You
that
gotta work those specific muscles in
The-
that specific way.
way. Yeah, no, that's true. And I just been like into watching skate videos again. It's kind of weird though, because I feel like people are starting to bring skateboarding back into like kind of the media a little bit. Andrew Santino brought Sean Malto on recently, and then they had Paul Rodriguez on Nardwar a couple months ago.
See, but I feel like skate culture hasn't really like dipped though. I feel like it's still had like the same like underground level that it's had like from at least our lifetime.
Think so?
I think from before our lifetime, like it was very much more popular, and even like on our early lives, like in the
Yeah.
early 2000s and stuff, it had some pop.
The Tony
But-
Hawk era.
But I think
Dude,
after
yeah.
that,
Huge.
I think like after like that era, like once you started like basically getting into like the 20, I would say like 13 and beyond, I feel like it's been kind of like at a consistent like level of like interest. I feel like there's a fairly large like
Like,
population of
it
people
was
that fucking
declining and then it like plateaued.
kind of, yeah.
like-
Like it plateaued on the decline, and then it did have like a big uptick during the pandemic as well. Whenever people were just the only people outside were skaters and shit, like people that were just like not giving a fuck about the rules and doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do, and a lot of those people like Venn diagram with skate culture.
Yeah, I don't think it really has the same impact that it did though. One when we were
No.
growing up, and even the generations before that. Like if you look at the '90s, early 2000s, skateboarding had such a big impact on everything:
I would agree with that.
movies, freaking clothes, the way, the style. Like even now, I think fashion, a lot of fashion takes from.
Yeah, it's definitely been
Skatewear.
absorbed into like the contemporary fashion cycles.
Yeah, it's definitely like a more mainstream style. Like I think even now, maybe that's just everything now though. Is like everything has kind of just become more of a commercialized,
Well,
like
definitely
mainstream
that.
version of what it once was. Like even like if you think like pop punk, it's just like a really watered down, shittier version
I mean,
of what it used to be.
that's yes and no. Like there is still some like originality to it, but there's also a lot of that like pulling from some culture that is just developing somewhere else and then utilizing it here, or
Making
even
it worse.
and not necessarily somewhere else, but some some other time frame before you.
Nah, I mean like
But-
a perfect example would be MGK. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
he makes terrible
I
music.
mean, fuck
That's the
that
only
guy for
reason.
multiple reasons. You're saying just because he fucking
Yeah.
makes terrible music.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah.
I mean, it's
He
like
just keeps biting whatever's popular,
It's
and
just-
it's never good.
it's just poser energy personified, basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Like
Is that's
super.
That's the dude who got that. He dissed Eminem, right?
Yeah, and then he changed genres after. He's like, oh, I guess it's
Wasn't there a couple though? Wasn't there a couple people that tried to diss it? Didn't
Everyone's
Macklemore do
tried.
it?
Well, a lot of people, but I mean,
No,
Macklemore didn't do it.
fuck
I
no.
thought Macklemore was one of them.
He's not a diss rapper.
Killshot was gas though.
I don't think everyone is a diss
I
rapper.
mean, after that, so I appreciate him for trying to diss Eminem because Killshot was dope.
Who
That's what the
MGK?
Yeah, Eminem's diss track response was like pretty solid. So it's like, well, at least we got a good track out of it.
That's true.
It is crazy how Eminem holds like this like Grim Reaper like mentality over the rap game. Like, don't say his name or else your career will fucking be over.
Yeah, but it's also become almost a meme and funny at the same time.
yeah,
Like,
true.
oh, we're about to hear some just funny, ridiculous. He's wait, when
Food
he
napkins.
I'm over it, stover it, got it, stovers on the stove, and it's just fucking. And you're like, all right, settle down, Grandpa.
This needs to stop.
He's old now, but Killshot was still good though. It was
No,
like
yeah.
it was a nice like
He had a good run.
it was a nice blast from the
It's,
past.
it's just rap has changed so much. When you hear that style of rap, and you're like, all right, it's like you don't want to hear Busta Rhymes whip it out anymore. You're like, all
Some
right,
people still appreciate like really technical rap, but
Yeah.
I do think there's not as much contemporary like musicality involved like with how they make the like a lot of rappers are really like R&B. They be singing hooks and choruses and doing all sorts of stuff. I mean, even M used to do that. Even he like doesn't really do that as much anymore.
Did I know Jordan Lucas and Big Sean made a song?
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of not listening to Jordan Lucas's music.
See, you're what, exactly. He's like, nah, the lyricism not for me.
Yeah, well, it's not the lyricism not for me. It's just I don't know what it is.
Was it that one song? that
It's
he
too
did?
many of them. Every single song I listen to, I'm like, you're still doing it. Like I don't even know how to describe what it is, but it just sounds like such like surface level lyricism. Like he's making the bars are cool and like I see how you put this together. But legitimately, why are you even talking about this? A lot of the time, like, what the fuck do you know about this? Why is this a topic of conversation in
Maybe
your
he does know.
song?
Do you ever see hear the song Ross Cappuccini? Honestly, it's a funny song. It's
Spell
funny.
that out. What the fuck?
Ross Cappuccini or Cappuccini.
No.
You never heard that song?
Uh-uh.
All right, then you never listened to Jordan. That was like one of his
I've
most
never
popular.
listened to Joyner Lucas because I haven't heard that one song.
Yeah, I was like,
he makes a point not to listen. To
that's
I
true.
did
I was
say
because that was like one of the most popular songs for a long time that he had. But it was basically
Maybe I have heard it. I just
it
don't
was
know,
just
like,
a song
never
about a
clicked the title,
kid who
so I
got
don't
his
know.
dome blown off, pretty much,
oh, nice.
Got you. Okay.
because he went like he had a friend, essentially who was in a gang, and then his friend took him. He was like, "Hey, no, can you take me to this place?" And then he basically took him to like a back alley type situation,
Got you.
and then shot him in the back of the head. But he survived and lived to tell the tale.
Nice.
Interesting.
Great movie.
Yeah, and then Jordan Lucas was like, "I can make a rap about this,"
Yeah, I suppose.
and then he did. The whole rap is just him telling the story,
Yeah, he does those a lot though.
like telling a story, someone else's story.
Yeah, but he's like, well, I don't know about someone else's story, but like very like.
All right. First and foremost, I want to just go off and say fuck you because I type in Joyner Lucas and that song isn't even on anywhere in the
It's-
top songs.
Yeah, because he's made so many. That was from like,
These are. Okay, wait. I'll let you say it. From when?
let's see, that was
Before I reveal.
10 years ago.
10 years ago? Okay. Where are these all from?
Probably older than 10, 12, 10 to 12.
These are all from like 2017 and beyond. That one's from 2015. I see it all the way down here. There's like 25 other songs on there.
Are the other ones more recent?
Well, some of them are. There's 2017. Most of them are more recent because that is from 2015. Yes. But 2017, 2018, 2020, 2024, 2021, 2020, 2019. Yeah, a bunch of other stuff. But you're talking about it like it's just his best hit.
At that time, like how relevant his peak relevancy.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I mean, is he really? I don't even know if he's relevant now. I mean, neither him or Big Sean are really relevant, which is why they made a song
Big Sean
together.
is even more off the grid, bro. I don't know what happened to Big Sean, bro. Stopped dating Ariana Grande and then he just disappeared.
He also got that. He got the Jordan Lucas treatment too, though, low key, where people were like, "All right, that's enough." You know, like he was just kind of rapping, like, "All right, I don't want to
Hey,
hear."
that's why people be hating on Drake, but bro has switched it up like 80 billion times.
That's how he's kept it. Yeah, just
He's
keep
done it all.
biting other people's styles. You'll be good. You can continue to be good forever. I think.
some people are stuck in their like one lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Big Sean had his time though. You
Well,
know?
I mean, speaking of Big Sean, I mean, like a lot
one
of
man
the,
can change the world.
a
dude.
lot of the
That's a good
good,
song.
a lot of the good music like label artists kind of fell off once Kanye like stopped really promoting them. I mean, he owns a lot of their
Except for
fucking
Cudi.
masters and stuff. I mean, theoretically, in our heads, not Cudi, but like in the terms of the market, probably Cudi too.
He's selling out stadiums. He just did a world tour.
Right, but I'm saying that was after he did like by himself his own like project that was with Netflix and all these things that he started doing all this shit by himself.
Yeah.
But like musically wise, like fucking Big Sean, Pusha T, all these other good music artists were like they weren't doing fucking shit outside of their
You're right, yeah.
music. So I mean, like a lot of them were probably much more dependent on like Kanye being the face of that label to a
Yeah.
degree. Not, I'm speaking very much like I don't fucking know.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, yeah, but it would make sense because that is like matches up with the timeline of like Kanye's like first cancellation with like some of these guys like falling out of the face of the market and musically.
Yeah, they.
That makes sense. And also, I mean, like the rap game kind of changed. Like it went from that to like Juice WRLD and like Triple X. Like
It did, yeah.
It kind of brought out like a more like emotional
Like
type of
punk
rapping.
rapping, yeah.
Yeah, and
kind
even
of.
like Lil Uzi Vert and like some of these rappers like kind of like took that took that and kind of take it like.
It did all happen kind of fast, I guess. Like if you were on some Pusha T, Big Sean shit in that climate change, you
I
know.
mean, yeah, we went from like fucking hoes, fucking bitches, doing our thing to like all my friends are dead.
Think about
Which is
Chance the
sad.
Rapper's like rise to and fall.
If he would have stuck on some of the like the funkier, like jazzier shit, like he did in Acid Rap, or even when he was in the Kids These Days before that.
Yeah.
No, that was Vic Mensa. My bad.
Mixtape or
Vic Mensa, but Chance the Rapper did work with them too.
10 Day.
Yeah, 10 Day was
10 Day.
good.
What?
10 Day. That was like.
That was his first mixtape before Acid Rap.
Oh, Chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it kind of he went in a different direction.
Well,
I
Right.
think.
I mean, honestly, I think as an artist myself, I mean, and as somebody that's seen other artists like track them online and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he just had it literally was called acid rap. Like, bro was tripping. He was like in a state of mind, flow of consciousness. Like you could say maybe God gave him that.
He
and
caught
then-
a vibe, if you will.
Yeah, he caught a vibe. If you will. That vibration came into him, passed through him, and left. And then like he couldn't get back to that. I'm sure if he could make acid rap too, he would. I'm sure he's probably taken acid and tried several times. But, like,
Tried
Can't.
several times, yeah.
He just can't. Like he just can't. Like it was more of like because even if you go back, it was so like different. Like it was like really just like
He could
work
drop
hard.
that today. It would probably
Oh,
still
yeah,
hit.
Yeah,
It would
so
still
different,
hit.
So good. Like it was like such a state of mind. I just think he can't get back to that. But he kind of did it, and he can't do that same thing again.
Bro was just saying nonsense, and it sounded good. He
Yeah.
was just saying random words together, and you're like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, well, that plus it was just like the flow that he had that was just kind of like technically
Well, the
sound.
features.
Yeah.
It was a perfect tape. Like it was just
That shit did go hard. It still goes hard.
Dude,
It's
even-
definitely still a classic.
Even where he had that was like the three. What was it? Was that
that
one
was his
called?
third out. His third mixtape. but
That was
it's-
just that one. Even still had some good hits.
Yeah.
Honestly, then he dropped the one with the clear CD, and everyone's like, all right, brother.
Coloring book. Coloring book. I thought
No, coloring
no,
book.
Coloring
was good.
Book was
It's three.
the
The
first.
three.
Oh,
That,
three.
that was one with the where he
Was
wore the
it?
three hat. Yeah, it was coloring book.
Okay, so that I think that was like his third mixtape, and then the
Oh,
that
one
the
with
diss
clear
one was
CD, yeah.
that was
I-
his
I
first
bro-
album,
I
bro.
didn't even listen to that.
that
one,
shit
bro.
was horrible.
Everyone's
I
like,
ain't
put the
gonna
fries
lie.
in the bag, brother. It's
I ain't gonna
time.
lie,
They
like-
said
like
that-
Coloring
'cause-
Book, Coloring Book had some hits, but I mean, it wasn't the same level of consistency or even the same vibe as acid rap. It was still solid.
it was a lot more like commercialized
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
Acid
Justin
Rap was,
Bieber
but it
on
was
that
still
one.
good.
You
it was
don't
still
want no
like
problem with
Really?
Dre waiting in the lobby.
It's corny. It's super corny. You can only drop one corny thing. If you do another one, you're like,
Well, I don't know. There's plenty of people that have dropped plenty of corny shit.
they're still thriving.
I mean,
Drake doesn't count.
come on.
Like,
It's my main attack.
Drake has something behind him.
No.
What do
See,
you mean by that?
Like he is.
It has a momentum.
Yeah, his corniness has a momentum for sure. Like
Eternal
it's
momentum.
one of those things where it's more so like filtered in corniness. Like there is a lot of really good music there. There's a lot of like hits that like speak to people. But there's enough corniness where it's like, all right, well, that exists too. You're just doing all this other shit to filter that out so people don't fucking. Well, actually, people still fucking get onto you for the corny shit. It just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, when I saw Drake, I saw Drake and J. Cole, and Drake is definitely, even seeing him in person, I don't know, something about the way he talks and moves, he definitely is seems like a genuinely corny person.
Yes.
But the fact that he actually pulled that off and was able to, I guess, be who he is.
I don't know if it's a Canada thing, but I do feel the same way about Drake as I do SGA. In the way that this dude has some of the most corny Instagram captions for all his fucking pictures and shit. Like he'll post a picture of himself in some situation and then post like the corniest shit in reference to that. I can try to pull up some like examples to
Yeah.
give you, but essentially it's like I take that akin to like most of the Drake shit that I see that goes viral. And I'm like, this is just the same energy, and I don't know if it's a Canada specific thing.
when I think of Canada, I think of that girl who's like, if you leave your moms in the hood, smoke that you are. You make me sick to my stomach, fam. Dude, that video right there, that's what I think of when I think of Canadians. Like, I don't know what accent she was going for in that, but that shit is incredible, actually. Wait, can we just pull? I don't think you've seen that video, huh?
Nah.
Can we pull it up just for him, actually? Yeah, it is. Well, from there.
Scratching things off my bucket list. I can't go back and forth with somebody that is bucketless.
That's some Chat GBT fucking
You can go
caption.
back. I'll see if I can find some more.
It's kind of funny. Yeah.
Like at a certain point, I was like, "Do you have someone? Did you hire someone to just create some of these for you, or are
I'm
you
sure
just
he
getting
probably-
into the locker room and
Look,
thinking
see,
of the corniest
probably
shit
has someone
possible?"
running
You're
that
saying
shit.
it's kind of funny, but it's like it's only funny because he's that good. Like if
That's the
if it
point.
was some
That's the
random
point.
person who's going to do pickup games and
Well,
they
that's all he
drop
can
that,
say. I mean, he obviously knows he's himself, so he's saying everything with that in mind. Like you can kind of like LeBron is corny as hell too, but like you can kind of say whatever you want if you're that good. Like,
fucking scratch it. I think everyone should be allowed to be corny.
yeah, I mean to be
What?
honest, being corny is definitely preferable. Like the people,
Everyone is allowed to be corny, but we're also allowed to tell you that you're corny whenever you're doing it.
I will
Yeah,
say
being a cornball is frowned upon.
typically, obviously outside of like Drake, but typically like the corny people are like less controversial than I guess the people who are coming off as cool and shit. That's people.
That's honestly still corny in a way, but it's like a different type of corny. Like you're corny if you're fucking trying hard to be cool.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cringe could not exist in a vacuum.
Cringe
Crin-
cannot exist in a vacuum.
Yeah, you have to be perceived.
That's true unless you have like unless you're self-aware, because sometimes you can cringe at yourself. You're like
Like in your room, you do some shit, you're like, but you wouldn't know it's cringe, you know. Otherwise, like if you did some shit, like if you were just
I guess
by,
that's true.
Even that is based off of you thinking that other people might think that is that way. Because if you see it, then like there's no vacuum unless you're because what are you comparing it to?
yeah,
because
you know,
it's a feeling you have.
Yeah, if you're just doing it and it's like that's what I just did, but like to judge it would be like to compare it to something else necessarily. Like if you're dancing, if you're trying out a new move, it's like, well, this is a new move that I'm trying out, but only I can tell myself it looks stupid.
It's
Unless someone else is here to tell
Yeah.
me that it looks stupid.
even though I mean this is not the best example, but it's the equivalent essentially of being the best singer in a small town, and you're like, I'm amazing at singing. And then you go out into the world and you're like, this person is dog shit. Like they're so bad at singing, but you were the best in the village.
Is
That
this
happens all the time on American Idol and those types of shows. Like,
Because you're like, damn, everyone said it was so good. It's like, yeah, you were in a town of like 50 people.
This is like an
Alright.
introspective like look into like the idea of like whenever you're like I am viewing myself do something, it's like, well, that I is the same thing that other people pull from. It's like your I is you and my I is me, basically. And so whenever you're saying like I think that I look stupid in this outfit, like is that you pulling from everyone else's like subconscious and being like that's a stupid ass outfit, or is this just a judgment in your own head that you're making? You see what I'm saying? Like everyone pulls from like the same energy, like that we determine ourselves through.
Yeah, like if you were,
So are we so collected that we can tell ourselves like based off of our own judgments, this is kind of like a reflection of what other people think,
Well, I think
to
it's
a
like-
certain degree.
whether or not it's true or not, we do kind of feel that way. It's like you kind of have an idea of what the rest of society thinks, and
Right.
you subconsciously perceive that idea as just absolute truth. And so like, when
Mm.
you're quote unquote cringing, it's like it's because you're doing something in conflict with your like that idea that you have about what people think is cringe.
Like that preset notion that you think other people think is cringe.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
to be
happening.
cringe is to be free.
True.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yes.
Yes. Hey man, someone's out there like, yes, they
It's
find
like, ew, that's cringe. It's freedom, baby.
True.
yeah, it's just speak, preach. Could you imagine though being like a priest or like a preacher and being that's it,
Speak cringe to power.
just like today's gospel is gonna be about cringe, and everyone's like, what?
What'd you
I
say?
can see that sermon, honestly. Could see
God said unto thee to be cringe is to be free.
My dad said
That rhymed. That low key was kind of bars.
Put that on a fucking t-shirt.
What God said to thee
God said to thee, and on the back it said, "Be cringe unto thee."
to be cringe is to be free,
That's actually a banger line.
and then put the wings on the back,
Whew. Fucking angel wings.
fly like a free bird. You know what I'm saying?
Get those shirts made, honestly. They go
Man,
crazy.
We
If
could,
you guys
actually.
make shirts, let's do it.
Yeah, team up, bro. We'll fucking make some shirts. But no, for real though, like be cringe. Fucking free will. Use your free will.
Yeah.
You ever think about that? You're like, damn, I might not be using my free will as much as I should be. Like, you could go up to somebody and just be like, flapjacks. It's like, why would you do that? And like, because I can, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I always,
Fuck you,
What?
why
I always
not?
think about that, like the idea that like at any given moment, like it's kind of like the intrusive thoughts thing, where like you
Yeah.
can do like an infinite amount of things at any given moment. But I do think about it. It's like you actually are you're locked into not doing those things unless you're like actually get to that level where like you're consciously thinking about not doing whatever the normal thing is to do. But it's kind of like a catch-22, because then you're like, well, I would only be not doing that thing just to prove that I don't need to do it. And why would I do that? Because there's a reason why I'm doing the thing that I should be doing.
Well, would you be like existing within like a level of psychosis to like bypass all consequences that you know exist with the thing that you're currently about to do to actually do it? Like, would you have to be literally psychotic?
Well, I think that's like what psychedelics kind of do for you. They kind of like
Yes.
change your
Good
state
point.
of mind, and then you have you can peer into kind of a different way of actions, a different way of thinking, like a different way of fundamentally being, and then you can kind of integrate that and gain a little bit more agency.
I just thought of a story dude. I think I've told the story on here before, but it's just so funny because this is like the perfect example of that. Was at a festival, and like this was like 2016 Free Press Summer Fest. We had taken Molly, and one of the girls I was with straight up just picked up like someone's Tinder. Like someone else was walking, like she was on Molly, right? First time I think she had ever taken it, and she was I think I was 19 and she was 18 at the time. And she grabbed someone's chicken tender.
Someone in line, some
No,
random
some person that just got their food, grabbed it from their thing, took a bite, spit it out, and threw it on the ground.
Oh my god!
a person they did not know whatsoever. A random person
It was
bought
legit-
food,
So
turned
disrespectful.
around, immediately had a random person grab their shit, take a bite, spit it on the ground, and throw the other piece on the
It
ground.
legitimately was like something out of a TV show because the person who did it was just like, and just like looked sad and walked away. Like they didn't say anything. I was like, what is happening right?
Bro, they're fucking zen as fuck. Holy shit! I feel that though.
You know they just paid $15. Nah, this was back in 2016. They probably got
Still, no,
$10
They was still
tenders.
12 plus. You're tripping. Any
Bro,
concession type
they
of
on a
food
high
is
level, bro.
crazy.
They're like, I'm being tested right now. This is trying to ruin my experience.
yeah.
I'm gonna walk away. I am bigger than this moment. Like,
But that's a testament to the doing drugs and then kind of like unlocking that idea what free will and fucking
Yeah.
judgment is because you're like, none of that matters. I'm me hungry.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even have to be that serious. There was a time where me and Daniel were allegedly on drugs, and we were at his old apartment pool, just swimming around, absolutely just going through it, just fucking tripping dicks. And Daniel fucking comes up from the water. And I'm like, what the
Oh, yeah.
fuck made you do that?
Oh yeah, I spit the water out. I was like,
It's like, what the fuck is wrong with, right with you?
it was funny. That pool was inlet. It was an infinity pool by by my perception.
By my measure and
Yeah,
my measure
it's-
only.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this pool just doesn't end, does it? It did.
goes on forever.
What it looked
yeah,
like.
some would say that could be perceived as cringe, but really, you were just at the freest you possibly could be.
Honestly, you gotta think if you were in a pool and you saw someone just like come out and go like a fucking elephant.
I was in that pool and that shit was hilarious.
If someone did that in public, one person would probably see that and be like, "Holy fuck, what the fuck is wrong with that person?" Or someone else was like, "Yo, I wish I could be that person."
That's a good time. That's
Like,
happening right in
someone's
front of
having
my
a good time.
eyes.
What are you having?
Damn, that guy's so cool.
That might be taking it too far. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone will be thinking that. I don't know. You'd be hard pressed. You had 1,000 people there. I'd be surprised if like 2 had that thought.
Damn, I kind of want to go up to somebody and just say some random shit because you could really just like
Yeah, go press A on people.
press A.
Yeah, just go press A. Just go.
Just go interact with
Yeah,
people.
just go interact.
What do
You can. You literally can. Just like in a video.
What are your plans later this evening?
They don't have to tell you anything, but you can say your.
Beating the shit out of you. Get out of my face.
I think that is a form of content, though. I've seen like videos of people like
Oh hell yeah! But it's like
NPCing.
super. It's like that's like the lowest form. That's like the most hated on content. It's like
Yeah.
clickbaity, honestly.
it's funny.
the
enough.
lowest form of content.
I don't usually go for those type of things, but that shit is funny because someone is just out there running around like
It's
An idiot.
cosplay, but like by yourself.
what?
That.
But it's not like it's not NPC TikTok where they're in front. It's not the shit where the ice cream's so good or the fucking NPC Miles Morales.
no. I
It's
know
like
what
they're
you're
actually
talking about.
running around acting like they're in Grand Theft Auto
Bruh.
and pressing A on people.
Bruh.
That's like next level shit.
I mean, they're free. But then again, it's like the freest thing would be just to be doing that shit and not even be recording it. Because really, he's just working.
How cool? How cool would it be though if like I mean probably not, but it gets to a point. Let's say like the Meta glasses or whatever. You know, there's gonna be another the Google glasses, whatever other company insert them here, makes the glasses that record, and it's just a bunch of people. Like you could just play in real life type of GTA. You just run up. It's like get your mission from this guy, and there's just a person
The
standing.
AR, like augmented reality.
Yeah,
or-
but it's like you're doing it through the perspective of an actual person.
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
watching like one big GTA map, but it's just a bunch of people wearing those glasses, like taking on missions throughout the city.
There was an anime movie, a Sword Art Online movie that had that. They brought the Sword Art real world to the real world with like glasses. No, they had like wristbands, something, and then it's like everyone who's wearing that is like playing the game, but they're like in the real world. But like there's like monsters and there's like digital things that like spawned in for people who were wearing these things. They had obviously they took it to the next level where it's like it connects with your freaking your nerves, and so it not like you can feel physical objects. that-
Elon Musk,
Yeah.
Starlink,
Starlink,
the chip. Let's fucking
Neuralink, yeah,
I said Starlink.
It's
Neuralink.
close.
That's
Cooking
close.
on Neuralink.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he is cooking, bro.
Trump doesn't deport him. But hey, let's not go there.
What deportations or Trump or Elon
Politics.
Musk or
It's like I
politics?
mean, pick a lane, I guess.
Pick a lane, that's it, not-
Then decide not to go down it.
America, the greatest nation. Dude, I do love America though.
Yeah.
It sucks. It does suck, but like it's kind of cool though. You know. No,
Actually crazy like how we got here from skateboarding, but I'm
dude, we can go back to it. Skateboarding. We can go, actually, you know, before we dive into America, yeah, let's fucking.
I was like, I don't know how we derailed from skateboarding, but that was like I felt like we didn't even dive in at all.
Yeah, we nollied right into it,
We
dude.
ollied
Yeah,
the
like
skateboarding and
time
then just
and then
decided to go
eras
off the
and then-
board. dude.
Yeah, but
I would say skateboarding is like an interesting topic for me because I've always been interested in skate culture, but I've never actually like been able to like ride a skateboard like properly
yeah,
because I don't have great balance. I fall straight off one. I've tried a few
Same.
times, and like I can ride like longboards because I feel like a little bit more like
Sturdy.
stability, I guess. But I've always loved skate culture. I feel like fashion wise as well as vibes wise, like hanging out at the skate park. I mean, I'm very much a degenerate by nature, so it's definitely up my alley if I could just spend a Wednesday drinking beers and smoking weed at the skate park.
So say, dude, this motherfucker, dude, smashing a 40, smashing a blunt, and hitting a rail is like grinding a rail is absolute insanity.
I was like hitting a rail can go in a
Yeah, yeah,
couple
yeah.
different
Yeah, yeah,
directions.
but like, hey, yeah, I just smashed this 40. I'm about to go ollie this 10 stair. Is what the fuck is wrong with
Hey,
you?
so you won't. Hey, that way you won't feel the pain.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That
man.
was you.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, no, skate culture is kind of crazy. Like that, those motherfuckers are some just crazy motherfuckers in general, just wild people.
It's
I-
crazy. It does seem like that. It seems dangerous, but
No, it is. I mean, it's crazy. It took so long for people to recognize it as a sport. It does take a level of athleticism. You know,
Oh yeah.
you're going up, dude, to just get that board up and to like kind of just balance on that shit and be able to nail some of those tricks. It's just incredible. Like it is inspiring. Like I started watching videos again. I'm like, holy shit, bro! I remember why I got into it when I did.
Yeah.
Like, shit is just so sick, and like skateboarders are just fucking awesome. They're not necessarily great people, but like
No.
the fact that they're just able to fucking rip those tricks, get high as shit, and not give a fuck. It's like, cause it came from surf culture, you know, just
Yeah.
getting out there riding the waves every day.
We have such a perfectionist society though. Like why do you have to be like one of the best at what you do and also be a great person?
Yeah,
Why
you
do you
can't-
have to be a good person?
you don't have to be a good person, but like you
But-
can't have it all.
My thing is like I'm not saying you have to be a great person or that like my thing is that people are so much of like a judge of character that they allow it to be like the end all be all. It's like, well, this person is the greatest musician on the planet, but he is a piece of shit. It's like, But you're allowing that to take away from the fact that he's the greatest musician on the planet. I don't have to like him. I don't as a person.
Let's be real fucking honest.
Let's
No
be
one that grew up.
respectful of the things that exist.
But the thing is, no one who grew up with a great life and very loved is trying to excel to the top level.
Name
they're,
an
they're
artist.
not trying to prove anything.
Name
Yeah.
an artist that's a great person. Like, it's just across the board. Most of them are just like, there's flaws. You're gonna just have to find them.
Anything you know where they're like they changed the game, they're more than likely fucked up.
Right. Well, I mean, even if it's not necessarily fucked up, it's one of those things where it's like they could be carrying it well, but like there's things that have happened to this person. There's dark places that have been existed.
Yeah,
in this person's
again, you
life.
don't excel to that top level unless you've had to go through some shit and you're
Right.
trying to prove something. You know, again,
Yeah.
if you were raised in like with a great childhood, very loved, stability, you're not out here like I need to be the best at this thing.
Right. I guess the argument I'm making.
You might
is
love
the-
something, but you just love it and you do it. You know.
Yeah, I guess the argument I'm making is the idea of like separation of art and artist, but it's just like too often you're like, man, this person's the greatest skateboarder of all time, but I mean, he's a piece of shit person. It's like, well, right, but those two sentences don't go together.
Well, I guess like people feel obligated to like discipline someone. Yeah, I think like if you pass away,
Yes.
like for example, like Michael Jackson, like there was obviously a lot of controversy with Michael Jackson before he died, but like people don't really care about people listening to his music. Obviously, his music is played everywhere. So like even when people believe that obviously there's like arguments for both sides or whatever, it's like people didn't care because they're like, well, he's dead. It's not like us listening to this music is benefiting him in any way, shape, or form. So I think it's kind of like that, where it's like if you're still alive, then like if you're a terrible person, it's like every time you're playing their songs, you're basically paying them. That's
Yeah.
why
Well,
people kind of get that.
If
An
you're a terrible
interesting one-
person, die so we can listen to your music.
An interesting one is like Kobe Bryant, because it's like there is definitely like allegations that he did rape a woman, and well, I guess I can't say that. Sorry, we can bleep that
What's
word.
allegations?
Huh?
I don't know if you can. Yeah, I don't.
I don't think I can say the word I said before allegations.
Well, we're not really monetized.
Just
Yeah.
saying, I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
it's
see
fine.
people try to substitute that on stuff that they post, so my bad. Either way, what I was gonna say is like that being said, like there was an entire like career that he had after those allegations came out, and there's a conversation that like potentially he was guilty. I don't know if he was actually found guilty. I can look that up.
No, I don't
I mean
think
that
so.
case is so like it's basically a he said. It's basically a he said she said, and
Mm.
ultimately there's no way to really know what happened. There's a good case that he did like aggressively, like he was aggressive, like sexually aggressive with her. But there's also the possibility that it was consensual, and then she changed her story.
Like it's
Because
just like if
a
you're
lot
the
of them-
greatest and you can be corny. If you're the greatest, you shouldn't be a shitty person. But like I think there's some room there for
I mean,
like.
to be honest, I think that the media, I think people did a pretty good job of covering it up. Like,
They did cover it up well.
because it wasn't really something that I didn't even know about this until after he passed away. I mean, obviously I was a kid or younger when he was popular, but like, still though, it's not like something that I knew about Michael Jackson shit. I knew about that shit as a kid. Like, it was everywhere. So like Kobe stuff was like they really were they have murals for him and everything.
But the reason I was gonna say is it's a little interesting because like Michael, it's like his legacy continues through his music, whereas like Kobe's legacy continues through like people's memory of him and like reverence of like his talent on the court and like things that he was able
Mamba
to pass down, like
mentality.
the Mamba mentality type of things like that. Those aren't really like a tangible thing, you know. It's not like a music like there's money being like generated from this being played and potentially
yeah.
going to this
Yeah.
like family or that family. Da 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 da. This is more of like a this happened, they covered it up, but now it's like potentially maybe didn't happen. It's who knows. The idea,
there was a settlement.
yeah. The idea is that like this isn't talked about at all whenever you talk about those like reverences of his memory, you know, and like for maybe good reason if it didn't happen, but also maybe for bad reason if it did.
Yeah.
And so like that kind of brings about like that conversation of like, well, what does that do to that like I guess societal scope? You know what I mean? Like if he is like is it like one of those things where it's like it's better for the greater good for people to forget about that because of it's better for people to think that he was a good guy, a type of, like the jelly bean statue in Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah, yeah. He
You know
was
what
a
I mean?
king. Yeah,
He was a king
yeah.
that raped Morty or whatever.
You
Damn
two
it, I
old
did
kids,
it
Oh, yeah,
again.
no,
Also,
that-
how do we go to music from skateboarding twice?
I don't know.
Because you were like, yeah, the artist from the. I was like, skateboarder.
Oh no, I was saying separate the artist from
Artist
the
from the
art,
art.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it's any figure of saying like that's a good person, you know what I mean? But we did get into music before that.
Yeah. But skateboarding did also inspire like a lot. I feel like a lot of movies in the late like '90s, early
Back to
2000s.
the Future.
was like cartoon shows too. Like think about
Oh yeah, that's true.
like
Wasn't but-
Disney was already a thing with their Mickey Mouse and Goofy like characters and stuff, but the Goofy's New Groove was like a whole spin-off that was based
he was
off
a
of
skateboarder.
skate culture, yeah.
Yeah, just like I love how you say Goofy's New Groove. It's
It's not Goofy's New Groove. What is it?
Goofy's
Goofy's
New Groove.
Goofy movie.
Goofy
and then,
movie
And then extremely Goofy
and
movie. There's
fucking
Imp-
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, my favorite Goofy character, Cusco, was fucking.
Same time frame, fuck you.
Yeah, extremely Goofy movie where whenever he turned into the lamb.
Yes.
Or no, what was it? A llama?
Wait, no, that was
He's a
the s-
llama.
That was the
Not lamb.
second.
That's the extremely one.
No, the fucking no.
You
Emperor's
said extremely new.
yeah, Emperor's New Groove is where he turned into a llama. I was fucking around.
Okay,
obviously.
right. That's what I was like.
The Goofy
what?
movie. They
no,
did
that
not
was
turn
the
in-
second Emperor's
was
New
nothing.
Groove.
It
I
was
like,
the
wait, no, that
it
was
was
the first one of that.
The second Emperor's New
No,
Groove?
but there's
No.
a show that they pulled off. It was Kronk's whatever.
No, there was also
There
Emperor's
wasn't-
New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove show.
Oh yeah, Kronk's was a spinoff. It
Of
was
the
just
show.
Kronk something shit.
It's
I
like
forgot
the-
what his
it's like
shit
the
was.
Sheen, like the
Yeah,
spin-off
yeah,
after.
yeah.
Kronk's New Groove.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Oh hell yeah.
just
There you go.
same shit.
The
different.
spin-offs were never like as popular though. They couldn't.
Yeah, they didn't take like wait. They were more like feature films
Yeah.
or feature series.
Do you think we'll ever have like great movies like we used to?
I mean,
Like when you think of movies like a Forrest Gump, or you think of movies like The Departed or Casino.
it depends on like your like I guess time frame. Like you talking about like just
Interstellar.
specifically in the future.
In any time in the next part, like maybe in our lifetime,
Because
yeah.
I feel like over the past few years there have been some like
Oh
of that level. I mean, they probably haven't held up as much. You
Like
know what I
what?
mean? Well, for like anything like Scorsese related, I feel like whenever it came out, for sure, it was like on that level. Like The Irishman, whenever that
Oh,
first
yeah.
came out, I feel like that kind of held that like valor to a
Is
degree.
that's still Martin Scorsese.
Right, but what I'm saying is that like that was
With a
a
bunch of
a 2021.
With a bunch of old legends.
Definitely,
Past
definitely.
era. So
It
it's
felt
like-
like more of a like a wrap up of that, like
it's
their
like- it's
era
like
to a
that's
degree,
technically
like
a
like a
movie.
bow, like tight.
That was that is kind of what that. It's like a tribute. Like
Well, the next one I was gonna say is Tenet, but that's Christopher Nolan, and he was kind of in that era too, with Inception, with
all the Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises.
the Dark Knight movies.
Batman
He
Begins.
also did fuck, what was the alien
Well, I
movie he
said
did?
Interstellar.
Oh,
He,
no, The Rival.
Arrival.
no, that was Dennis Villeneuve.
No, it was, but it was
Interstellar was the movie
that wasn't Christopher Nolan, was it?
that was Christopher Nolan. Yeah,
Was it?
yeah,
Holy shit!
yeah. Interstellar was Christopher Nolan.
Was making some pieces. I mean, I hopefully, I'm hoping that movies, the way that I can see movies evolving is going in the way of like Avatar. That's the only like avenue
you're
that
right.
I see them.
I was thinking of Memento when I was bringing that up, but yes,
Did make Interstellar.
did
Dune,
make
I would
Interstellar.
argue is up there in
Dune,
terms of cinema, but
but even that is a remake.
yeah,
But I'm mostly speaking from like
Unfortunately.
I'm speaking from a strictly like a future, like everything has scaled up. I've kind of talked about this before, but just getting some more nuance. Everything has scaled up, so I just feel like from like what the experience of a movie is just like fundamentally. I think Avatar, like Avatar 2, like going to see that in IMAX 3D was like I have not seen anything comparable to that or anywhere close. And I think seeing that, like you can just let go of the plot, let go of the plot, because that's the thing that will be different. Like anybody can make their own plot, but the thing that I'm talking about that like would actually kind of make movies more interesting again is like the 3D, the way that they use the 3D effects, and just like how beautiful and like cinematic like the movie was. But mostly the 3D, like it was like I've never seen anything like that.
Well, that's really the James Cameron like like plot, like what he does and what he has done and what he plans to do is basically focus on the cinematic aspect of a movie
Yeah.
rather than like the
And the
script
technology,
or
yeah.
the acting or the whatever like other aspects you
But-
would say makes a movie memorable. He still has that, but what his main focus is changing the game cinematically, like trying to find ways to like capture the moment in your brain whenever you think of a great movie. And he's had that a few times with
Wait,
Star Wars, with
he's,
fucking
he's by far like the most successful.
did he do Star
writer
Wars?
of
Am
all
I
time.
fucking
No, I
giving
know
him
he did
too
Star
much
Wars. He
credit?
did, like Titanic.
That's
Yeah.
what I was
He
yeah, no, not
basically
Star Wars.
almost every single movie he has like out of the top 5 movies he has like 4 of the top grossing ones. He's like kind of destroying the game. Like like
Right.
it's kind of disgusting like how much he's mogging on like the movie industry.
Terminator is the series I was thinking of. Sorry.
Another
Um,
crazy pain.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm just saying. I hope it's like it takes a big vision because like if you look into how he's making Avatar, it's kind of insane. Like it's basically like a 10-year plan. And he's
Yeah.
like, recording scenes for like he's taking it, but like that's kind of what I think we need and kind of what I think in the past a lot more movies were had that passion behind them. Like and because the production was scaled down and people didn't have PS5s at home and these types of things like. It was easier for movies to be successful. But I think now that movies are declining, it's just like you can basically get a home theater that's like a better experience than a movie now.
There's also like the conversation of like a lot of studios looking at the risk of a single film
Exactly, yeah.
project
It's getting
versus
more and more
a
risky.
multi-film project or a multi season series or these things where you can build out whatever story you're trying to do instead of risking this one thing that you're putting out that is original, that has no like proof of concept being successful. And so they back up they back up with like spin-offs of all of these correct proof of concepts that have already worked in the past, or sequels or remakes of things, proof of concepts that have worked in the past.
Yeah, I don't think we're
instead
really
of
gonna get TV like we
trialing
had it.
new proofs of concept.
Yeah, I don't really think we're gonna get TV.
And that's why you've seen so many Groundhog Days.
Yeah, I think either way, I think there is still some good shows coming out, but just the way that it's just because again, like you said, it's hard because back then you had them pushing a bunch of money towards like certain projects, right?
Yeah.
Now they're just kind of putting their hands in everything and trying to just, but they're using that same formula.
I think what we're
where,
viewing now is a more monopolized format where like there's only a few people with their hands in it, whereas it used to be like I've got a script, please take my script. Now it's like it's a commercialized view of how to make a movie. And it's like, well, we know what works. Let's just keep doing that shit. Who's doing that shit? Let's get them to do that shit.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's a different conversation for shows, though. I do feel like shows have been better than movies.
Shows have developed in a different way, I feel
Yeah,
like.
like because the shows, since they're not relying on the movie theater, they're actually in a fine spot with like the streaming industry and stuff like that.
Like if you think about Apple TV shows specifically, like they've got at least 3 to 5 bangers that people like if you talk about it, people are like, yeah, I fuck with that shit.
That's true.
And I think with the show, you can actually do like you can bring IPs to life in better ways than like because you can actually flesh things out. Like a movie, it's kind of hard to like take an IP like a book or something or like I don't know something other form of content and make it into a really really good concise movie. But shows, if they're actually good, then they usually are more like the One Piece remake was actually like really good, like surprisingly so. So I feel like shows kind of have an advantage. Obviously, some suck. Some do suck, but like, and then the original shows, like you're saying with Apple TV, like Severance and these types of things, like kind of cooking, like
Yeah.
yeah. So I think I have more hope for shows than films or movies currently.
It's like shows are starting to take on like the level of attention that maybe movies used to have to a certain degree, because like we've eliminated, not entirely, it still exists and it still does thrive in certain like corners of our society, but we've eliminated the idea of going to the theater for the most part. So if you're talking about sitting on your couch and you're talking about like listening to a story, well, now you have to have the conversation of like, is this a one-time event where I'm just sitting on the couch with my friends and we're all watching this one story and it like we can conclude that tonight? Or is this me and my wife want to have a new story to dive into, and it might go on multiple nights? And that's realistically the difference of having a show versus a movie. Is this one event or is this a multiple day event? And
That's true.
and at that stage, it's like, okay, well, we have a lot more people staying in the house, not a lot more people like getting together at their house for these movies. Why don't we just start developing shows for the people that stay in their house and spend money in the way we know it's going to be earned?
Yeah, that is true. There's a lot.
It's almost more of a risk to put a movie into theaters now than it used to be.
That being said, on a like in the
I would agree.
I won't say hyper late game, but we'll say 5 to 10 years from now, looking at where the AI stuff is at, I do think movies will see an artistic resurgence.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. I think it's also with the, like studios like Apple Studios. They'll probably and A24 and there'll probably be a couple more studios over time that do emerge, which it'll kind of like gear us back into people pitching certain scripts and then being able to pick up those scripts and original ideas, and kind of seeing that if it didn't unplug, then we're good. But kind of seeing those. Wait, talk real quick, Evan.
Yo.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
But seeing, those ideas start to emerge again. And, the sad part is, though, a lot of those good movies probably won't be in theaters.
Oh,
Well,
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
They will be on those platforms. But, I mean, as long as we get them, I guess that's the cool part. But
there'll probably be a lot of really accessible movies because I'm seeing like a lot of like smaller teams, smaller studios like being able to make really great productions. Because I mean, literally already today I've seen some really cool like VO3 videos. Like I've already seen some cool mini plots, like 5 to 6 minutes, 8 to 12 scenes, and it's like interesting, cool, and that's where it's at now. So I can see like, and one person makes it, and he's like, it cost me $500. So it's like 10 years from now, it's that you're gonna probably in a similar amount of time to that be able to make something super fucking sick.
Right.
And depending on like if IPs are really constrictive with their IP, like so they're not gonna let you make like spoof movies of their IP and these types of things. If they are like that, then it should breed a lot of original content because it'll be so accessible to people.
you think it'll be shorter, though? You think the way that we intake the content's going to be different? You think it'll be more, like 20-minute?
I mean, it'll
Well-
probably be more Zoomer brained because like Zoomers just have like where they like TikTok, like you gotta have one video playing of like a game and then someone's talking over it and then some other shit is just like tweaking out like, and you need all that to keep the Zoomer brain thing.
I think in all reality, it
stimulated.
comes down to like the depths of your perception to a certain degree. Because like if you can create like a chip in your brain, right, that is able to have all of these different tabs running at the same time, then it really comes out to like the conversation of how able are you to perceive separate tabs at the same time.
chips in your brain. Okay.
Well, I guess that's really the eventuality of all of this shit is
No,
that like once you get to the level of technology that all of this like it becomes more of a conversation of convenience like any other thing. It's like how much do you want to have to flip through different tabs when you can have two separate tabs running on your mind at the same time. And it's like in all reality, it's like if you can, then you will, and maybe not you or me, but like people will.
Oh, for sure. I definitely foresee that the merger.
So whenever that occurs, then you're talking about perception to a certain degree of like how can you perceive these things that are happening within your own brain? Because currently our perception is kind of limited to like what we put forth, basically.
That's what I was saying, though. It's like I mean, the next step is like we won't even have phones. We're gonna have just the glasses, right? Because you're gonna
That's
be like, oh
just-
shit,
yeah,
swipe it, and then
one step
eventually,
on the
yeah, exactly.
staircase, yeah.
And then before you know it, we're gonna get so used and intertwined with that. Oh my god, these dogs! All right, come
Cut 'em
on,
up, yeah.
come on.
All right, you got to chill for the rest of the pod, though. Lay down, buddy. Lay down. It's okay. All right, sit down.
Okay, well,
Go to 2 for me, Evan. Did you put the fade on?
he's just like, what do I do?
All right, look
Show
over here, buddy.
face. One day we will. Oh my.
All right,
Okay,
he said, "Nah, fuck
awesome.
this
Yeah,
being on
there we
camera
go.
shit."
Very cool.
Very good, buddy. Very good. Very good.
One day we will have it to where they will not
Go lay in the
be in
bed.
the studio. But yeah, so that, I mean, then the next level will be it's so integrated that it'll just be in our brain.
Yeah, I mean,
Or it's just like levels because you can't do it all at once. I mean, I don't know if you saw it. Elon Musk was basically saying that he's gonna have robots serving his Tesla diner within the year.
Is Tesla Diner?
Yeah.
But, like, what is that?
He's creating a Tesla diner. Either he might have already created it.
his
Can we
team-
look that up?
Well, I can, but like while I'm looking it up, my thought process on that initially, without looking it up, is like that doesn't really mean much because like when you tell you about like a robot serving a diner, just like those words, all it has to really be is like like the sushi fucking.
No, he's talking about the robots bringing the food out.
What I'm
to-
saying is that's what he might be insinuating, but the words that he chooses do not necessarily have to mean that.
Well,
if,
he showed
if
it-
he's I was gonna say
He
if
said
he's-
we'll have Tesla robots serving people their food with a picture of the Tesla robot serving
He was
people
like,
food.
this or was
No,
it
like bringing it
stitched
out
in?
to your car.
Yeah. Well, but he also said that like I think all of his cars should be fully self-driving proved by like 2020, and they're like barely now. Like because that was part of the pitch with the Teslas was you'd be able to like literally use them to do like Uber at night and just make money.
Like Waymo.
Yeah, like Waymo.
Waymo's already doing that.
Yeah, but like that shit is like he's like way behind. So I'm like I definitely think he has the idea and he can have like the desire and he may accomplish it, but his timelines
Yeah, I mean,
might be a little skewed.
He's probably setting them more for himself than he is for us. This is gonna be done, so he has like a goal to shoot
Well,
for.
I mean, Tesla. Also, you got to be careful with publicly traded companies because, like, they're always incentivized to like hype themselves up. Cause they
Yeah,
wanna
of
create a
course.
bubble of investment.
and with technology, it's hard to kind of give a date.
Well,
that.
shit, you definitely know that.
Yeah, so there's always gonna be stuff that comes up that you gotta kind of.
Don't talk to me about deadlines. Deadlines
yeah.
being blown past.
Yeah, you're like, this is what we're shooting for. Like, oh, okay, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
This is the idealistic deadline, but the realistic deadline, who knows?
I
When
mean,
that
it is
actually
super crazy though, because like as sci-fi as it sounds, like I mean, if you're listening and you're like our age, like 30-ish and younger, I mean, even if you're a little older than that, like I mean, realistically and within our lifetimes, like I mean, we're gonna see all of these things either come to pass or be determined to be not possible at all. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
come to a singularity probably within the next 25 years. Like 25 years from now, like all of these ideas will be like already explored and like.
What's crazy is when we were younger, this is like the future we looked forward to, but now that it's coming into fruition, we're kind of hesitant because we understand that it means that humans will probably not have jobs. But realistically, the future, like people are like, oh, sci-fi is so cool, is robots serving us or
Oh, yeah, I mean,
being in the home.
It's the only way. It's like the ultimate.
What?
They opened it. It's a Tesla diner.
Yeah,
Ain't no fucking robots bringing you shit.
yeah, I know.
I said a year from now.
Yeah,
It's not in the plans either, according to this.
I mean that's what he said on Twitter. That's what I was saying.
Well,
said
what I
that.
was saying is that's convenient wording, and you cut me off saying like, no, and I'm like, no, because what I was trying to say was all it has to really be is a conveyor belt with a fucking robotic arm pulling one thing off the belt and fucking handing it to you. Then it being like a fucking robot fucking server bringing a fucking dish to your table.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
what
is
I'm
that
saying
it
is he
doesn't
was-
have to be that.
Didn't you say
It's
you showed a
just
picture,
based off
though?
of the wording.
Yeah, what I'm saying is he specifically said and when he says a Tesla robot, he's talking about like because that's that's what he's calling it. Like those already exist.
It's a
Tesla
brand name,
robots
yeah.
are
It's a
already
brand name.
I
existing.
do understand
I-
that, but the grabbies are also Tesla robots. They're all Tesla robots. Buddy.
Yeah, but
Everything that is a robotic, that is a Tesla brand robotic, is a Tesla robot by definition.
Yeah.
So my point is that it's a convenient headline, but all it really has to be for him to be correct is a conveyor belt with a Tesla arm that brings food to you. That was my point, and
Yeah.
you cut me off. He's like, "No, this is the picture." I was like, "Right, I get what the picture is, and I get that he's marketing it as that, and I get that this is a whole like branding, but the wording is very specific to make it to the point where he does not have to do any of that, and all he has to do is just have a fucking what already exists pretty much in the fucking like as all you can eat sushi shit that like rolls around the fucking
yeah,
restaurant.
but
What I'm saying is that's that all you have to do is just kind of do that with an extra step, and you're succeeding on the promise to your shareholders.
I mean, I don't
So-
even think he's obligated to do anything. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
true.
That's my argument. Is I don't think either will be done
Yeah, there's
within
nothing about any plans to like have any robots like servicing the restaurant. It's all just like basically 80
Well, it's better. There's probably a better
you
chance.
it has 80 superchargers surrounding it, so you could charge your Tesla there, and it's a Tesla exclusive like restaurant. to
You
the
gotta
store.
have a Tesla to go.
Yeah, but this just
I believe
opened, and
so.
he posted it today. Basically, like, yeah, the goal is to have these robots
Right.
serving people
Alright,
within the.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll look
posted
it up,
today.
but I just that's what I've been finding is that is nowhere in
Yeah,
the
But yeah,
plans.
I mean, speaking more about like the bigger point that you were talking about. I mean, it's we're at the precipice of a utopia or a dystopia, and I mean, it will be determined within our lifetimes, 99% chance. So it's like we are at the precipice of like, will the people win, or will like the bourgeoisie choke like the rest of society out? I'm gonna be honest, me, quite frankly, I'm trying to join the bourgeoisie. I'm not even trying to have to worry about it. Like, that's my actual life goal, because I see all this coming, and I know you're gonna need to have enough money to like take part in the new society, and maybe things will work out for the positive. Like maybe like social things will come into play, like a UBI and these types of things that will balance everything out. Hopefully that's how it works out. But I mean, this is America.
Yeah, you don't think though that like potentially if that were to happen, like people wouldn't be able to come together like as a community and maybe. Like,
Oh no, I definitely
some
think
shit
it's a
out?
possible. Oh, like I don't. Well, I think it's no one can 100% say either way, but I'm recognizing the fact that there's a chance that like just seeing like it seems crazy to me that it could not happen. Like it just seems so obvious that it would go that way, but our whole entire political infrastructure seems crazy to me. So it's like I can't really like I can't really put it past any establishment to like, because it's basically what's kind of happening already. It's like the rich are choking the rest of the people out. So it's like we have to basically assume that they'll stop, and hopefully they will. And I'm sure really this is an American problem. I'm sure in like the UK and like a lot of these more progressive countries, like they're not going to have these issues, and like they will actually just have a utopia where like the robots are doing everything. And
we can
people-
only hope, right? I guess where I'm at too is I don't get it. Like, not I guess you could say this is political, but not really all politics aside. I just don't get like what with people who believe in these billionaires too. Like, what do the billionaires have to gain by choking us out and give? Like, is it just a power dynamic just to see? Just to be like we own
Well,
this
it's
shit
not
and just
necess-
to feel, just to feel something.
It's
And-
not necessarily what
It's a
they have to
failed
gain.
system
It's
to a degree.
it's kind of just more of the same. It's like the same thing that they're doing now. It's like, why do they need billions of dollars? They don't actually need billions of dollars, but what it is they are just fundamentally wired to not to avoid all loss and to maximize profits. Like it's just that's why they are. It's not that like they got to where they are and they became that way. No, it's like they are where they are because they're that way, and they can't. They've been so successful in what they do, so they can't actually not be that way. So it's not so much that they're like, oh, I need to choke the poor out. I need to do that. They're just being selfishly just like, I don't want to pay more taxes, which is what it would be. It would just be them paying more taxes. Like they don't want to do that.
but these
That's a
people can be considered emotionally bankrupt.
But don't play this on there. But it does look like there are like some integrations of the robots, but it seems like a self-serve stations type of thing. Whereas like you go up to the popcorn and it like takes your like thing and it serves the popcorn and then gives it back to you,
Nice.
which is kind of the same thing that a regular popcorn machine does, just without you putting your
Hey,
fucking
baby
popcorn
steps.
thing up to it. You know what I mean?
Maybe
So I see where like it could like get to that point basically.
Yeah, where
But,
it brings
like,
the food out to you. Yeah.
Right, but like it just definitely seems like it's super preliminary on like
Oh,
that
yeah.
we don't trust these things to move around yet.
Definitely not. Definitely not. The technology's not there yet. It's like the Teslas before they could drive themselves. Like we don't really, or they did still do it and they were crashing into stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know if that stopped. I feel like we just stopped hearing about it.
Yeah, it's probably still happening a little bit, but probational periods, right? Not really probational.
What? Probational periods on fucking motor safety?
Yeah, dude. I mean, shit. Like, fucking new technology. I guess is gonna happen. Unfortunately.
I do remember that being like a case for them. It was like your Tesla killed, like self-driving system killed this amount of people. It's like, well, yeah, but I mean, like regular humans kill so many more. It's like, I
True.
get you, but like, I don't know if this is the correct defense mechanism for our argument.
It's like, okay, statistically, is it safer? I guess
So
is the argument.
Statistically, it's safer, yes. But statistically, it's still killing people is the problem that we're addressing here today.
They have done like investigations though, and a lot of those, some of them have been like fraudulent. Where like, because the thing about the
I
Tesla,
have seen that as well.
yeah, is that it records like your contact points. So like I remember there was one recently where like a car was on the side of the road and the guy like swerved off the road drove I think like into a ditch or something, and like or he got into an accident or something like that, and then they like looked into it and it was like, oh well, actually like you like were falling asleep and then like you woke up and we have a recorded of you were the one who jerked it into the side. It was trying to correct because you over jerked it and it like tried to correct back to the road and you jerked it again. It's like actually you just fucked up.
Yeah.
But then the obviously they have like the person reports because they have the camera that doesn't show their hands. It just kind of shows like where the car is going and you just see
Right.
the top of the wheel just moving. You're like, oh, it's driving itself, but actually his hands are there on the bottom and he jerked it. So
Well, it's just like it's the type of thing where it's like making any assertion off of any level of data is the assumption that that data is true and there's no other data to refute that data. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you just use the one where you don't see anyone's hands, then the system fucked up every single time.
yeah,
But once you are able to see the system with people's hands, it cuts that by a certain percentage, and then you have to take that new percentage into account.
oh yeah.
And so, like, whenever you talk about like that type of perspective, it's like, well, how do we know what's real and what's not? So many data points in our lives, and every one of us is a different data point for each data point based off our perception. So connecting everything is all fucking too difficult to act like anything on the internet is correct is a joke.
You're saying you can fabricate fabricate data essentially.
What I'm saying is data, even without being fabricated, is already like fabricated
Flawed.
by your own
It's
perception.
biased, yeah,
Yeah,
by your own
it's flawed.
bias
It's
to it.
nothing you ever see is the
But
entire
then
picture.
you can also fabricate data,
Data.
which makes it that much more difficult.
Like technically, they I guess in a sense did lie because they were touching it, but the video in and of itself isn't a lie per se. It is
Right.
a real video. It's just
Exactly.
not it's just very literally not showing you the whole picture. Like
Yeah.
like it's just a literal example of that.
We live in a society, as they say.
Yeah, but I'm
It's like the video. It's like the picture of a like someone's fucking like leg like pressed up against like the thigh pressed up against the calf with like a drawn on crack, and
Oh,
someone takes
yeah.
a picture and it's like, look at this nice ass, bro, and then it zooms out and it's a dude's knee.
I've seen that.
Life is perception, dude. That is a fucking crazy way to think of it, but that is true. Yeah, where you do the old classic like fucking.
Oh yeah,
oh,
dude, you like that?
You remember the old classic like put your fingers like. You ever do that as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like-
Yeah.
that's like
Or
that.
the little
It
the
was like,
finger through the
"Oh."
zipper.
Oh.
His dick's out.
It's a very intelligent way to describe perception.
bro.
I would say that's how you.
That's what you guys are here for, right?
Today's class, whenever you, like in the, just imagine the accelerated classes, they're reading books. You go to like to the just general, like the regular classes. Like, guys, today's lesson's about perception. When I put my finger through here, it could look like my penis.
Teacher got his dick out.
But no, kids, it was just my thumb.
As you can see.
And I was just like, what you learn about in school today? I learned about perception. Whoa. I learned just because you think things could be one way, that it could be something completely different. Their parents are like, oh shit, you learned something. Yeah,
"Oh,
he
they
showed
are."
me his fake wiener at school today. You're like, what?
Oh.
That's why you don't ask, bro. You just let
This
them
got dark quick. What is happening?
You're like, I thought my tax dollars were being spent pretty well until that last comment.
Yeah, if I have kids, I'm definitely not doing public school. It's like
I don't
the
think
last
that's an
resort.
option.
Yeah, it's like the last resort. I mean,
I like how you're just like, I just want to get, like, the system is fucked. Let me see how I could just make the best of whatever.
Yeah,
much?
ideally would be homeschooled, like by my partner, and then if not that, then private school for sure.
Yeah, past algebra, I think I'm pretty fucked. So,
I
like,
mean, the thing is, they
teaching
have
them-
books though, so you just
Yeah, there's
read
curriculums you
the
can
books.
Yeah, there's
follow.
ChatGPT. Who needs
ChatGPT.
books anyways?
That's
You know,
also
today's got
facts.
Google.
And then the thing about homeschooling is it's not what people think it is. Like you're the home parent, unless they are actually like a insane teacher. Most of the time, they're more of like especially once you get to a certain age, they're more of like a learning guide. And there's actually a lot of social programs for homeschooled. So it's kind of weird. It's more so like it's kind of like a customized learning experience where instead of having a regulated system, you have a lot of private entities where you can take your kid to class at this thing with other kids. So it's not like the isolated, unsocial thing that it used to be. It's actually like I think it's just the best. Like I think it's the best.
It's crazy because what you have to really look at it as is public school is really private school as well, is outsourcing your child's safety, education, and
Character development.
and social development is
Yeah.
what I was gonna say, but character development is another way of looking at it. But like theoretically, homeschooling, the only thing that you're doing is changing the factor of outsourcing their learning development. You
Yeah.
don't have to like continue. I mean, you could still. I guess what I was gonna say is you can continue to still outsource their social development by putting them in like extracurricular activities. That doesn't have to be like extracurricular doesn't like imply that you have to be in public school. It implies that it's extracurricular
Yeah.
to your learning.
They have all.
And I feel like that is a miscommunication with most like people in our society, where it's like, well, if they're not in public school, then how are they going to make friends? It's like, well, hold on.
yeah.
Maybe some of us made friends in public school, but that's not why we were there.
No, but, I think some level of social interaction is important. I don't think have you ever met homeschool kids after after school?
I mean,
Well,
I bet some.
it's
Some end up okay. A lot of them end up like
It's a conversation
Socially-
of sample size.
Yeah.
I think the problem is I've only met a couple, and those couple are what I'm basing my thought process off. Whereas there's thousands, if not millions, of people that have been homeschooled. Whereas like I've never met any of those people to interact with them to have a determination off of like the general public of homeschooled people.
Yeah. When I
But
was
the couple people I have met, to your point, are weirder than most people I do know that have gone to public school. But there's also a large percentage of people that I know that have gone to public school that are pretty fucked
Yeah.
up in the head.
Well, I wasn't
So,
gonna-
like, it's kind of like what like
I wasn't gonna
weight
say
of
weirder.
scales.
I was gonna say more so like socially deprived.
I guess that is like what I meant by weirder to a degree, because like I'm speaking on that from a perspective of like socially weird, if that makes sense.
Do you ever see the skit where it's the actor who's in The Bear, the one that plays Lip from Shameless?
Yeah.
And it's him getting homeschooled, and his parents are like in the bedroom. He's like, yeah, like they're like role playing prom with him, and his mom and his dad's like they're both like, so who you gonna take to prom? And he's just like in the middle, just like, and then he ends up really fucked up. He's like, yeah, I got a date tonight or whatever, and then like his parents' friends are over, and like, oh, that's so cool, and they like pulls out the broom, and it has like a face on it, and he's like, oh, I'm going to I can't wait. And they're just like, oh, fuck.
Could have just left it at that.
Yes, that is like the
I mean, that's not. Of course, I'm not saying
it's a
that's what homeschool kids-
dramatized
yeah.
version of what that could be. Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
not saying that's.
I mean,
what
when I was when I was in like high school age, in the summers, my mom made me do like some extracurricular, and like the programs I were in were like most of the people that were in that were like homeschooled. So I got to talk to like a few of them, and I mean, it was kind of similar to public school, where it was like a high variance. Some people were like more socially. Like the thing about homeschool is like you can actually do it way worse than public school. If you don't actually like put in the effort, you can like cheat the system, and like some homeschool kids literally don't even know how to read type beat. Like,
Right.
because like you like people take for granted like that public school teaches you how to read, but it is a fucking process. Like you don't just wake up one day and you know how to read. It's like you actually got to teach someone how to read, and if you don't teach them early enough, like they're gonna be like basically mentally disabled.
And there's something to the social pressure of not wanting to fall behind your classmates. Like
Yeah.
once you make this development and like relationship with the people around you, you want to feel at least like you are at par with them, even if it's not true, because you want to feel like you're with your contemporaries at the same level that they're growing at to a certain degree. And I don't know if that's like instilled within us or just like a natural thing, like that we want to develop at the same rate of others around us, or if we, because I think there's even something where it's like if you're developing at a higher rate, you still like bring yourself down to like the level of the people around you to like kind of still stay with that status quo.
So that.
Maybe like a little bit of both. And
So I think that might be a natural thing where you want to like grow with the people around you at that same rate, even if naturally you aren't going to because of whatever the reason is. That being said, is that social pressure where it's like that doesn't exist at home. The only social pressure you have is the teacher telling you to do your fucking homework. But
Just like my future mom. Like,
but when you talk about public school, it's like even if I don't have that pressure at home, once I see that I got an F and everyone else got an A and they get to go to recess and I got to go to detention, that sets that pressure into my own head saying I got to do better, and that
Yeah.
doesn't exist outside of
Yeah,
that
and then your
vacuum.
teacher tells you you'll never be anything. Then you go on to be a musician who writes a song and says, "My teacher told me I would be nothing, but look at me now."
yeah.
Good song.
It's like a lot of
Good
famous
song.
artists, honestly.
A lot of what?
Famous artists, like,
Oh, we could probably wrap it up. I feel like.
I'm down to rap. Down to rap.
Okay.
Down to
Yeah.
rap. Down to rap.
Rap.
I'll use the restroom real quick.
Rap like a Caesar salad.
Rap like a.
Ooh.
That was kind of fire. I'm gonna say rap like Christmas Eve.
That's
Yeah.
that was a good one too. I don't have nothing. I was gonna come with that. I was like,
Rap like ceramic.
There you
damn.
go.
All right, that was all right. He made it up for me.
I got you.
All right, yeah, that wraps it up for another week of Fine and Dandy. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week. Y'all take care.
Hell yeah.